Hi, welcome to my channel Mathematics Made Easy by Mary MJ. Today I am discussing CBSE Class 9 Chapter 3 Coordinate Geometry. So where this coordinate geometry and why we are learning coordinate geometry? It is to locate a point in the plane. So in your lower classes we used to draw a number line and locate numbers on the real numbers on the number line. So here we need to locate a point in the plane. So we need x-axis and y-axis. Two axes it is required. One is the x-axis and the other one we call it as the y-axis. And the other end, this x-axis, it is extending to the side. Right side it is extending, to left side also it is extending. It is non-ending. It is like this way, arrows we are putting on all the four sides. So here this is y and this we call it as this side as y dash, whereas this side it is x dash, and to the right side it is positive values to this side. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 etc. goes on. Whereas to the left side it is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, all the negative values to the left side. And to the upper side, that is y-axis, y-axis, upper side it is all positive, downwards it is all negative. And the point of intersection of the x-axis and y-axis we call it as the origin. And this point is the origin, that is a meeting point of x-axis and y-axis. And the x coordinate, these are the coordinates on x, we call it as x coordinate as abscissa. Another name for x coordinate is abscissa. C-I-S-S-A. And y coordinate we call it as ordinate. So abscissa and ordinate. Then how to mark points on the plane? That is, if I need to locate a point 2, 3, what you have to do is take 2 from the x-axis and 3 from the y-axis, and the meeting point we call it as the ordered pair 2, 3. This point is 2, 3. So it is from the x-axis, the first point we are taking from the x-axis, and the second one we take it from the y-axis, and the intersecting point we call it as the meeting point is ordered pair 2, 3. And in the first quadrant it is all both x value and y value it is positive, whereas in the second coordinate x value is negative, y value is positive. So if I am taking a point here, that point will be minus 7, 3. So that you can write here as minus 7, that is minus 7 from the x-axis and 3 from the y-axis. Minus 7, 3 is the point on the meeting point of x-axis, and my y-axis is minus 7, 3, where minus 7 is from the x-axis, that is abscissa is x-axis is minus 7 and ordinate is 3. Same way you can see the third quadrant. Third quadrant you can see that x value is negative, y value also is negative. So the ordered pair which you are getting here also both will be negative. So this point you can write it as minus 6, minus 3. That is this coordinate. So the intersection of the line joining minus 6. Here it is minus 6, and through the line through minus 6 and the line through minus 3, the meeting point is minus 6, minus 3. Both the values in the ordered pair will be negative. Whereas in the fourth quadrant, x value, you can take the x value, it will be positive, y value will be negative. So the meeting point of 2, a line through 2 and through minus 4, this will be the meeting point. That is 2, x value is 2 and y value is minus 4. So you can see in all the quadrants, that is in the first quadrant, this we call it as the first quadrant. This is the second quadrant. This is the third quadrant. And this is the fourth quadrant. So in all these 4 quadrants, you can see in the first quadrant both are positive, x value and y value it is positive. Second quadrant, x value is negative, y value is positive. Third quadrant, both x and y values are negative, and in the fourth quadrant x value is positive, y value is negative. Now what about the distance between each point on the number line on this axis? So each will be at equal distances, we call it as units. So if this is 1 unit, if we are taking it as centimeter, we have to take everything, all the x and y axis, their distances should be in centimeters. So if it is in inches, we have to take it as in inches. So generally we call it as unit. So depending which unit you are taking, everything should be in the same unit. That is the way in which we are plotting a point. So x-axis also, x-axis and y-axis both should be marked in the same unit. So if the distance between 0 to 1 is in centimeter, remaining all it should be in centimeter. If 0 to 1 is in some other unit, you have to mark it in that unit. Which unit you are taking, everything should be of same length. Now any point on the x-axis, suppose this point, that point on the x-axis, here it is 1, so we call that coordinate as 1, 0, because x value it is, y value it is 0, this is the y-axis. At this point y value is 0 and x value is 1. Whereas here this point we can write it as 3, 0, and this coordinate we can write it as 5, 0, and this side it is minus 5, 0, and here this can be written as minus 9, 0. So any point on the x-axis, y value will be 0 on the x-axis. So note it down. Any value, any pair of any coordinates will be having its y value 0 on the x-axis, whereas on the y-axis what happens? This coordinate we can mark it as 0, 1. This coordinate we can mark it as 0, 3, and this coordinate 0, minus 2. So any coordinate on the y-axis, that x value will be 0, and any value on the x-axis, y value will be 0. So that is a way of marking on x-axis and y-axis. So on the x-axis y value will be 0, on the y-axis x value will be 0. Now how to plot the points on the in the plane? If it is 2, 3, take 2 from the x-axis and 3 from the y-axis. So this line, the line joining a line from 2, we'll draw a line here. So from 2 to, and we are joining from here to, so the intersecting point of these two, it is 2, 3. Same way, in order to get minus 7, 3, that is from here to, a perpendicular is drawn through minus 7, and from 3 to this side, the intersecting point of both the lines, it is minus 7, 3. Same way, minus 6, 3, have to mark it here. We have to draw the line perpendicular to minus 6 and from here to minus 3. So that is a way of marking the points. Now 2, minus 4, from 2 we are drawing the perpendicular. Same way from minus 4 also we are drawing the perpendicular. So then, and in the first quadrant both will be positive, second quadrant x value will be negative, y will be positive, third quadrant both will be negative, fourth quadrant x will be positive, y will be negative. And also on the x-axis y value will be 0, on the y-axis x values it will be 0, and the x coordinate we call it as abscissa and y coordinate we call it as ordinate. So the quadrants are first quadrant, second quadrant, fourth quadrant and third quadrant and fourth quadrant. So what is the abscissa of minus 7 comma 3? What is the abscissa of minus 7 comma 3? It is minus 7, because abscissa means it is the x coordinate. So minus 7 comma 3, the abscissa is minus 7, whereas 3 is called the ordinate. So in the same way, what about the abscissa of minus 6 comma minus 3? The abscissa of minus 6 comma minus 3 is minus 6. What is the ordinate of 0 comma 1? It is 1. What is the ordinate of 5 comma 0? It is 0. So ordinate means it is a y coordinate and abscissa means it is the x coordinate. Hope you understood how to find out the points, how to plot a point in the plane, what are the coordinates, what is abscissa, what is ordinate, then which are the quadrants, on the x-axis what happens to the y-axis, y value, on the y-axis what happens to x value, and how the meeting point of two lines from x-axis and y-axis will get a point. So these are the things which you have to keep in mind while doing coordinate geometry. Thank you for watching my video. Those who haven't subscribed, please like, share and subscribe, and also click on the bell icon for more updates and notifications. Bye.